Hey YouTube, it's Scott with This Old Bus. A lot of work's been going on around behind the scenes here with this dashboard project. I thought I'd give you a little update. I have decided to add a second screen to this. As some of you may have seen, I've already got this dashboard working on an Android car stereo head unit on my bus conversion. But I've decided to add a second screen in front of the driver for some redundancy and, fail over if there's a problem with that Chinese head unit. So I removed my old dashboard and I am in the process of fabricating a new instrument cluster, and I've been doing it using 3D printing. Took me about a day and a half to model this thing in the computer. Lots of work, then actually printing it. Any of you familiar with 3D printing might know that's not always just a walk in the park. Sometimes things go wrong, and things have gone wrong with materials and failed prints and stuff like that. But I've got a couple components for the base plate of it, and I can show you that now. What's going on with that? So these components are printed out of PLA. It's just what I had on hand and could get to work. This is a base plate piece that goes underneath my existing wiring. As you can see, the print's not perfect. There's some problems with that, but the side you see looks okay. I had to split this into two pieces to be able to print it, and because my printer is only 300 by 300 millimeters, and as you can see, I need a foot under that right there, because this side's got a foot and this one doesn't, so I need to add a foot there so that sits level. There's holes in it to accept the Arduino. There's Arduino Mega screws down there. Let's see how it fits. Oh, and these are U-shaped because there's existing holes where the wires come through, but I don't want to have to, cut all the wires and redo them or recrimp them there. If it was a round hole, I wouldn't be able to simply slide that in. So it's set up so I can slide it underneath the existing wires. All right, I've got them in there. Those plates, they slipped underneath those wires. And I got a ton of work to do here with this wiring. I need to shorten it all up, get these components secured in their places, and zip tied and all the proper lengths. Just a nightmare right now. I'm printing a little test section of instrument cluster cover just to see how well it deals with this big overhang here. My part finished. Go ahead and see what it looks like when I pull it off here. The surface finish on the top is really good, but not great on the curved part. The side looks pretty good. This would be the top as it sits on the dash. I printed that with very little support, and I'm using a very thick nozzle, 0.8 millimeters, so I'm going to do a little more work on this, I'd say, here on the print settings, which is why I just did this small slice of it, just to, before committing to the whole thing. I want to see what I'm going to be able to get away with. Changing it up here and going with some black filament now. I went with some finer print settings here, and this is closer to what I'll actually be using, I think. So I just want to see how this turns out. This is another test. All right, so here's the next print compared to the previous one. Still not happy with that. Then it started getting cruddy up here. I changed the layer height, made it smaller. So yeah, I think I'm gonna switch material here to something else, see if I can get a little better results out of I'm gonna try some PETG. This is a failed print, and you can just see this spaghetti mess on top of it there. All right, so here's the back of the LCD panel. So this is the part you won't see. It's printed in 2 pieces because it wouldn't fit on my printer in one. Got some LEDs coming through here. And this is a clamshell type thing. So there's the screen. And then these screws retain the screen. And then I got to put the front on. There's the other half of the front just coming off the printer just now. All right, there's the first test fitment of the bezel. And I got the drive LED on back there. And if you look right in, it's kind of bright, but if you're off center, it's probably okay. I need to do a little fine tuning on the fit, I think, here, but it's pretty close. All right, I got my buddy Mike over here, aka Wiring Wizard. Say hi to YouTube, Mike.
Hi.
You guys know Mike. We've been working on stuff.
Yep.
So I had him come over here to help me tame these spaghetti mess of wires here. Just because he's faster at it. We also took the steering wheel off, so we got some more room to work here. And we're going to get after this rat's nest now. Yeah, so we're removing old mystery wires and cleaning up. You know, buses have lots of mystery wires usually. You have a wire that goes...
This is
oh yeah, see, there's... Yeah.
fuel gauge, but then it said
It wasn't
ignition.
fuel gauge, yeah. It said fuel gauge, but it wasn't fuel gauge. It was something else. It was dash power, but we have 2 dash powers. And yeah, just craziness.
Yeah.
So we're consolidating that stuff down.
Because remember, this bus had, like, I don't know, ham radio up here, and...
Oh yeah, there was all kinds of stuff up here.
Yeah, it's got 3 speakers for CB, ham radio, and something else.
Yep.
Yep. Excess.
Well, I just got another part off the 3D printer. This is half of the dash cover. I'm not particularly happy with how it turned out, but we'll see if it's functional. All right, this is the, I don't know, second day of doing the wiring out here in the bus. And just getting things mounted. This is the 1 gauge here. I've got this. What I've got here is I've got a board down here that's I think it's PLA. It's a 3D printed board. It's curved on the back. It's got holes in it for the existing wires to come through. I can screw it down into my dash just to provide a mounting surface to screw things to. So I've done that, and I've got the 1 gauge attached. This is an Android TV. Not for me to watch TV when I'm driving, but this will run the 1-gauge software. There's a relay board there, a GPS, and this is a bunch of wires that need to get terminated. These are wires that need to get terminated, and these are all wires that need to get terminated over here. Well, I got Mike back over helping out today, and we're doing wire management and landing the wires onto the appropriate terminals here. And I'm calling out the terminal numbers like bingo numbers. A4, B3, O69. No, there is no O, but that is an actual bingo number.
Need that for reference.
Yeah, we'll have to relabel that. We label all wires. And that one's the air pressure sender, which is a digital sender, so it requires 5 volts ground and the sense wire. Actually, no, it's not digital, it's just calibrated analog, I think. Now I need to go check. I'm setting up the old Bridgeport today. I'm making a plate for my switch for my transmission up and down, and also my jakes. I'm gonna both of these were on the front of the dash, and I want them located more so they're more convenient to the driver's left hand. So I need to slot a hole here because I didn't get it in the right spot when I drilled it by hand, and I need to drill 2 other holes in here for my switches. I'm using a Jacobs drill chuck here, and I gotta put it up in the middle, and you gotta line up the keyway and tighten the drawbar. And you always gotta remember to tighten the drawbar because that sucks it up into the taper. If you forget, you'll break the key inside there, which sucks if you do that. A little crank, extra crank just to be sure. And that should be plenty. And now I gotta get my end metal. Good. Is that good or not? Let's see. You might want to go just a little more and make sure I got it. I didn't indicate how far I need. Okay, now I gotta put a 1/2 inch drill in there and just drill those other 2 holes. in the same axis. I could center drill those with a smaller drill, but it is aluminum. And we'll just see close there. I think that's close enough for what I'm doing. Close enough. I just got to deburr those holes and clean it up. And there's the finished part. A good way to deburr holes is just to hit them with a larger drill bit, just a little bit there to break the edge. Works good. So the transmission shift switch will sit front to back. Needs a little adjustment there. You know, up, down. And then the Jake switch, I'll pull this red thing off of here. The Jake switch is going to be on, and it's going to face left to right, or momentary Jake. This switch used to be labeled train horn. I believe that my train horns are just on the dash now, or sorry, on the steering wheel. I have some Wolo train horns mounted to the top of the bus. And there is a tone selection, low or high, which toots a different horn. I prefer the low setting myself. And it's quite effective for those econo boxes where they're not paying attention and they do something stupid like They're lane ends and they're just merging over into you because they are not paying attention. A nice long blast of the low train horn is pretty effective to wake them up. Mike and I have been working on this a couple nights on the weeknight after work, and he's back today. So this is like day 2.5 on the dashboard wiring. Getting some things sorted out here, cleaned up. It's close. It's getting really close. Mike's got some company now.
All right, you want that in addition to this. Oh my gosh. The wiring is so small.
Will they all fit on those lugs?
Yeah.
Mike's hooking up the Android TV power and the cell phone charger power to 12 volt to 5 volt buck converter there. Okay, we're attaching the screen. We're gonna hook up the wires. Getting really close here.
Right.
Kind of rat's nesty now.
Well, but I got 4 ground wires to choose from.
All right, so a moment of truth. Go ahead and flip it to house. Smoke test. Did I hear a snap?
I did.
I heard a snap, dude. Did we snap a fuse?
No, I smell some.
Well, shut it off.
I did shut it off immediately.
All right, we did smoke a buck converter. We did let the magic smoke out of something. We're gonna go ahead and try it again. Go ahead. Moment of truth for the screen.
Get neutral. Oil pressure's red. Oil air's red. That says boot.
Okay, so the TV is booting up, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Now I would expect to see something on that screen, because that screen
Okay, good power.
usually boots up and says something, I think.
But converter's still cold.
So we are getting data over here on this screen, which is good.
Are we in the wrong HDMI connector?
No, just
Oh,
wait.
clock? Yeah, got a clock.
Yeah. And we still got nothing on the screen.
Yeah, where's the screen?
Okay. Maybe we need to turn it on. So my screen is not working. My indicators are working. Seems like it has power. This screen's working. But this display is not working. I think it's just the display. Something's happened with that. Alright, so I drug a TV out of the bedroom and hooked it up here and verified that that works. So the problem is limited to the display. So I think I'm going to need to order another one of those. because we're getting data over Canbus and it's updating. I got it working. Let me show you. Alright, so there it is. It's working.
Warning, air pressure.
Getting a warning over here on this one. Let's see here. So tack operation is smooth. And it tells me if my headlights are on and brights and turn signal and various other things are working. Fog lights. Open the window here so you can hear it. So yeah, I'm a happy camper. Got a little work to do on the aspect ratio there. You can see those are kind of stretched out because of the widescreen. Those are more round. So a little fine tuning, but I'm just happy that it's working. You know, I mean, this is it's gonna evolve a little bit. I'm not totally satisfied with some things, like, you know, I do have the shift indicators over here on the left. Before they were incandescent bulbs, and I noticed they flickered, and guess what, the LEDs flicker as well, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I don't know, I think we're good here. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for updates. Comments and questions are always welcome, and I answer them personally. Thanks. So yeah, stay tuned. More to come.